uh, that we will talk about orthodontic aligner crown lengthening in porcelain veneers. So do not forget to come into our website to make sure that you get all of our resources. You will also be able to find all of our articles. And this is something that we created with such care because we want to make sure that you guys understand the science behind the DSD app. The DSD app is not just a motivational tool where you do the before and after. You can actually create your treatment plans by using the app as a tool for you. So here, you will learn how to get your knowledge in the principles of smile design, proportion, the red proportions, papilla curve. And as you guys can see, we have it also in Spanish, and we have it in Portuguese as well. So all of you guys are covered. So let's go back here to our So just so you guys know, as we have doctors from all over the world, some of you guys are already gold members. They already have the membership with the GSD app. But for those who do not have it, we now are offering a 30 days free trial. So you can, all that you have to do is to download the app in your app store, in your iPad. Is the DSD app by Coachman, the one on the left side. Once you download the app, just tap in sign up and you will be already enrolled into the 30 days free trial, full access of the app. You'll be able to do your smile simulations, your advanced smile simulation with something that we'll be covering today. And we will be making sure that you can deliver the best smile simulations to your patients so you can be even more financially successful using the DSD methodology. So just before we go ahead, for those who do not know what DSD app is about. So the DSD app is this smile design tool that offers you solution to deliver facially driven harmonic smiles. And that is something that you will be watching today in this amazing case report. So with the DSD app technology and your dental knowledge, you now will have the power to change the way patients see dentistry by involving people with visual communication and bringing back that confidence in your patients. GSD app is located worldwide, and we are very proud of that. We have over 32,000 dental professionals who are using the app. The app is available in 14 different languages. So if you do not speak English very well, I am almost 100% sure that one of those languages will serve for you. And today we have here our special guest, Dr. Rafael from Brazil. He is a specialist in prosthodontics. He has master's in prosthodontics as well with PhD in implantology. He's a professor and coordinator at Avante School in Brazil. He's a ITI member and a speaker, and he is one of our top DSD instructors. So I'll pass the mic to you, Rafael, so you can start your presentation.
Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to be here in this afternoon. So we are bringing you an opportunity to see how the things work in a real thing in our office, because I'm a professor at the university and everything, but actually I'm dentist like you guys. So I actually use all the resources that the DSD app gave to us, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of background what we are going to learn today. So actually, me and Diogo, we wanna explore this case as maximum we can, and there's a lot of Brazilians here, Diogo, that are asking me if all the webinar is going to be in English, and I said yes. But
we do have Portuguese webinars as well. So if you guys go to our website under resources, that section that I just showed you guys, just go to webinars and you'll be able to find in Portuguese, in Italian, in German, in Spanish, and in English as well. So we want to make sure that most of the languages are being covered, as we are a global company. But today, yes, today it's English only.
Sure. So maybe sometimes I'm going to translate a little bit of in Portuguese, if you don't mind, just little words, but actually the whole thing is going to be in English. So sorry about the Brazilians that doesn't speak English so well. I don't speak English so well. So let's make sure that everybody understands. Diogo, if I'm saying something that you think you have to be translated, so be my guest and then
no, you're totally fine. You're totally fine.
Okay. If somebody wants to stop us, okay, it's really to be a nice conversation. So please just in question and answer, please just do a question and answer, and Diogo can stop me, and then we can discuss, and then we can go back to the case. Okay. So maybe I'm gonna share my screen, Diogo, or
yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. It's saying that I'm not able to share my screen. You have to unshare your screen, and then okay.
There we go.
And then I can share my screen. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. So this is the case that we are gonna discuss today, and then I wanna show to you what were the resources that I used, why I was thinking about to solve this case. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit story of this. So the beginning of this case is when an orthodontist, Dr. Álvaro Artes, asked me to see this patient, just to tell the patient what would be the possibilities of resolution of her case. So then the first thing that we did actually was the pictures, so the DSD documentation. So all the patients that comes from into my clinic, the first thing that I do, it's always documentation. So it's photo documentation and video documentation. So now we believe that we need to have at least 5 pictures, and it's the 5 pictures of protocol, the normal protocol of DSD, and 1 video. And now when the 3D technology came to us, we always add in this documentation an STL file. So we scan the patient, lower and upper arch, and then we have STL files, we got pictures, and we got the video. So with those pictures, I can really think about the case. So we are gonna talk about this, Diogo, but I'm just anticipating some thoughts. The first thing is we can, with the DSDApp, do 2 smile designs. So I can do a fast one, smile design. The patient came into my clinic. I have 5 minutes to do it. So my assistant take the pictures if you don't want to take the pictures right away. So your assistant can do that. So she does the pictures, she does all the pictures, and then when the patients come into your room, your consultation room, now you got all the pictures and videos. So this is it's very fast to do it. A smile design to motivate the patient. So it has to be very clear for them, Diogo, and then you can help me to refresh this after that. But we have to know that the first smile design is just motivate. You are not thinking really about all the treatment plan that you are going to do, but you have to motivate. You have to motivate the patient, for her in this case, to see that and say, okay, I want to see more. I want to do more. these inspire me to want to do all my treatment here in your clinic. So this is one step, okay? After you got all the pictures and you have the STL files, then you can redo the smile design. So this is a little bit more complex treatment plan, because then you have to think about all the step by step that you are thinking for this patients. Correct, Diogo?
Yeah, that is a very valid point. I believe, since the app is something that you do it yourself in your office, so we are giving now a more in-depth in the details on how to use the app in your practice. And what Dr. Rafael was saying, it's extremely important. In order for the patient to want to know more about what you are proposing, the best way for you to do it is to engage this patient with visual communication. And there is nothing better than creating that smile in the patient's existing photo, because then the patient will see to where this potential treatment plan is going to. And then once you motivate the patient, once you know that the patient is engaged with that first quick motivational smile simulation, then you can go ahead and then do what Dr. Rafael did, which is do the clinical exams and take all of the documents that is necessary for the treatment plan in order to create the advanced smile simulation, which is the technical smile simulation. And that is something that we'll be showing you guys how we used this advanced smile simulation to continue with this project. So very valid on that, Dr. Rafael.
Perfect. So in this case, we can see the arch. So the patient was very upset with the smile because she thought that the teeth on the back, they didn't appear so much. So, okay, when we analyze the occlusion picture, we can barely see that we need to expand the arch. So how can we do that? She doesn't want to wear braces anymore because she had used that in 10 years back, and she didn't want to wear again, braces with metals and everything. So the orthodontist took this case and then took this case to me and then say, Rafa, help me. We need to show her something that she can realize that we can do everything that we need, and she has to be motivated to do it. And I said, okay, let's do it a treatment plan with interdisciplinary treatment planning. How does it sound? Okay, but how can we start? So we really start with the pictures. So intraoral pictures, extraoral pictures, radiographs, and everything. So Diogo, for people that didn't know about it, but we start the DSD, and then I started the DSD with Christian in 2011. So it's almost 9 years working with the DSD. And then we start like this with the keynote. Oh my goodness. When I discovered that Ralph George existed, that was this solve my problems. Because
yeah, I used to do like one case in my keynote per day. That's it. Before when I used to use keynote in my office too. It's so hard.
Because it's
quite powerful, but hard.
The work was very high because we had like 45 minutes to do it one case, and actually when the DSDApp become to commercial, and then we start doing some plannings, and when I discovered that Ralph existed, that was the solving my problems, because then the DSDApp I can show to you. We can do it, the treatment plan, in 5 minutes. So Diogo, what's the goal today to the webinar? Is to show this almost 100 people that are here, showing how to do it, how to plan each step of the smile simulation. So this is the goal of today.
That's
Okay.
correct. And
So I'm gonna unshare my screen. Okay. I'm gonna unshare my screen, and then I think Diogo is gonna share his screen, so we can do step by step what I as the dentist of the patient, what was my thoughts when I start planning this case. So Diogo, oh, there's some
like one of
questions here. Please, I need also you send me a record. No, this is okay.
That is like another great tool in the app, guys, that, for example, I am now going to share Dr. Rafael's case. And how does that work? In the app, if you are a member of the DSD app and you know another member, you can share the entire project to this other doctor. So let's say I am the orthodontist. Rafael is the owner of the project, and he wants me to take a look at the project. All that he should do is to share that project within the app to me. So I will be able to make any sort of modifications, any sort of notes that I think that will increase the backward treatment plan. So it's a powerful tool. So I will be showing here, guys, the step by step, and then Dr. Rafael will be going over everything.
Okay, perfect. So this is one of the nice tools in the DSDApp to share the case. So a lot of students of mine, when they take the courses, because we do courses in DSDApp, and then they share the case to me and said, "Oh, Rafa, can you give me some tips, and then you can correct some things that you think it's getting better to get better the case?" I said, "Yeah, just share with me here, and then I can do all the modifications that I wanted, and then I just send it back." It's so easy. It's so easy. It's cool. Okay, so the first step of the smile design is basically automatically, you know, because the algorithms, how to say this in English? They check about the pupils, so both pupils and then both. How do you say the commissures?
The commissure line.
The commissure lines, and then now we need to know that the DSD is not following the perfect smile. This is one concept that a long time ago everybody was telling, no, DSD is impossible because it's always following the perfect smile. No, the DSD concept is based on doing a nice smile, beautiful smile for this patient. So it doesn't need to be perfect. What I'm saying that we follow a facial flow. So it has to be nice with the face of the patient. So to get these points, we analyze the glabella, we analyze the tip of nose, we analyze the filtrum, and analyze the base of mentum. So then we can realize that no one, but 90% of the population, it's not following a perfect facial flow because nobody's so perfect. If we cut in a half our face and then we split in them, you can see it's not equal. So this is not a problem. In the past, everybody was saying, oh, it's impossible to do DSD because one side is not exactly the same as the other one. It's not going to be. So this has to be very clear in your mind. Okay, I can rotate the pictures if I don't agree with the auto calibration of the picture, correct? Mm-hmm. So in the bottom you can rotate for one side, for the other side. I can place the midline from the right, from left, so I can see some things. In this case, if you can turn off the facial flow, Diogo, we can barely see that the facial midline, it's not exactly in the same position as the dental midline, okay? And then we have to think about, we are going to draw this smile design by the facial midline or by the dental midline. So this was the first question when I analyzed the face of the patient. This was the first question that I asked to the orthodontist. Okay, you want to change the midline or you don't want to change the midline? Because if we talk to the patient, okay, I want to change the midline, I'm going to do a design with the facial midline. If the patient doesn't want to change the midline because it's getting longer, the ortho treatment, trying to align the midline, so we are gonna do the project in the dental midline. Okay, that's clear?
Yeah, and then that is like a very valid point, because if you guys pay attention to what Dr. Rafael is saying, the treatment plan starts here. On the first frontal facial picture, you are doing what? You are analyzing the patient's facial structure and the dental midline and the alignment of that maxilla to make sure that you will be creating a treatment plan that follows what the patient wants. You can give two different options. You can create two smile simulations and then create that treatment plan according to each design that you are creating. But as you guys can see, it starts from the beginning. It starts by analyzing the patient's facial structure, because as Dr. Rafael was saying, people are not symmetric. And sometimes when we want to try to make a perfect symmetric smile from centrals to molars, sometimes it doesn't match. It doesn't look harmonic with the face. So this is why when we add the facial flow concept, you can then analyze the facial structures to see to where the face is flowing to. And that will make you decide if you are going to shift the dental midline or not, or if you are going to still keep the dental midline into where it is, but design that smile according to the facial flow. And there is like another great topic in there that there are some studies that says that if the dental midline is away from the facial midline from 1 to 2 millimeters, up to 1 to 2 millimeters, if you design your smile following that facial midline, the overall will still look great, because the dental midline is following, the shape of the teeth is following that facial flow of the patient. So it will still be asymmetrical, but it will be harmonic. So as you guys can see, everything starts by analyzing the facial structures of the patient.
Perfect. So then we go to the next step then. Okay, the next step of the planning. So we have to give some information for the app, because otherwise the app cannot help us. So the app, I always say, Ralph, when we were working at the beginning, Diogo, you were not working with the DSDApp yet. I told Ralph, we need to do a app for stupid people. Why what? Stupid people? Stupid people. But why this? Because Diogo, we as a dentist, we don't know the technology. And Ralph is not a dentist. So I said, Ralph, think that we are all stupid. So then you're doing the best app ever, because then you can help us. Because I was very anxious, because I need that. I need an app that helps me. So then I told Ralph this, and then Ralph came with all these ideas. So we need to give some information for the app. because we need to guide the app. So the first information that we are going to give to the app in this second step is what is going to be my start of my midline of my design. So this we discuss with the patient. We are not going to realign the midline, okay? So we mark the distal of the central incisors and we mark the incisional line. So it's just information. It's not where I wanted to be my incisor line, where I wanted to be my the length of my incisors. It's just give the information, the right information to the app, where is the length of the incisors and the incisor line and the distal of both incisors. Correct?
That's correct. And one of the reasons that we also give this measurement of the width from tooth number 8 to tooth number 9, or in the other version of the
21, 11.
11, we do that because in the app we follow the red proportion concept, which is the recurring static dental proportion. So when you are applying that information into it, once you go to the next step, which is this wireframe, that information will help the app to also create that calculation to give you a suggested smile frame. And then as you're a dentist and you are the one who is creating the project, you can always make your own changes. And if you guys want to know more about the red proportion concept, again, go to our website, digitalsmiledesignapp.com, go to resources and look for articles. You will find all those articles there in English, Spanish, and in Portuguese as well. Okay. All right, so let's move on to.
Yeah, let's move on. So the third step is actually the best step that I'm not with how to say saudades that I don't miss with the keynote process. So it's to calibrate the STL file with the picture. So this is so easy to do it, and you can move a little bit, Diogo, so
yeah.
just the people can see it, that you can increase, you can zoom out, you can zoom in a little bit less, you can rotate.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to match this STL file through the picture. Because when you do this, this is practically how do you say articulador? No, arco facial.
Facial articulator?
Yeah, no, arco facial, me esqueci agora. Enfim. No, you can calibrate the angulation of the maxilla.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can have all this information. Facial ball. Sorry. Facial ball. Facial ball.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Sorry about that. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Lou.
That is so the greatest thing with dentists. You know, like we all the same. You all know everything.
Yeah. They know everything. So then this is amazing because we take maybe 1 minute to do it, and in the PowerPoint, we take ever to do it, like half a day almost to do it. So we just calibrate this, and then it's so easy to get all this step by step, because the next step will be the smile frame.
Yeah, but just
before,
what Dr. Rafael said was actually like very important, talking about, the position of the maxilla and the angulation of the maxilla. And that goes back to the position of the head of the patient when you take the picture. When you're taking that picture, make sure that the patient looks just like in this picture. Position of the head in a natural head position. The eyes are looking straight at the camera. You can use the base of your ears as to calibrate the position of the head, so you can create that imaginary line, the interpupillary line, and the commissural line in that photo. Once you create that, and you know that the patient, when the patient is smiling, is not with the chin up or the chin down, but she's looking straight at the camera, you will get that position of the upper arch. And that will give you more accuracy when you do your measurements for your treatment plan. So patient digitalization is extremely important, and picture protocol from DST and DSDApp is extremely important as well. So make sure that once you're creating your patient documentation, you get the best pictures that you can. That's a great point.
Yeah, that's why, Diogo, at our courses, DSD courses, so we practice a lot pictures, documentation.
Yeah, correct. Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't take a good picture, you're not gonna be able to do the rest of smile design. So this is one of the main points of the course.
That's
okay. So then we go to the next step, and the next step for me, it's the step most important of the DSDApp, because in here I can think about it, what I'm going to do with the shapes, what I'm going to do with the gingiva margin, if I'm going to go up with the gingival margin, because one of her complaints, she complains about it, is that the gingiva margin was
uneven.
Yeah. So then we have to think about it to correct this. So it's easy. We got maybe 5 tools in this smile frame. The first one is the length of the central incisors. So what's the first thing that I analyze in this smile frame? I analyze the picture, the rest picture of the patient, and then I'm gonna think about it. Can I increase incisor length, edges or length of this incisor? Yes or no? If I don't want to increase, I'm gonna place the bottom of the smile curve right in the edge of the incisors.
And let me show you guys how you can go back to your pictures and look at the pictures. Like, do I have to like open this picture somewhere else? Do I have to, just like get out of this project, go back to my patient digitalization? No. If you look here under case files, which is right in the bottom of the screen, you will tap case files.
Yeah, perfect.
And then you will be able to see all of the patient documentation. So as you are planning your project, you can always come here and analyze the patient's documents.
What do you guys think? We got 100 people in the room. So Diogo, what do you think about this case? I can increase the incisors of this girl?
Not even. I think it looks long enough.
Of course not. Oh, look, everybody's saying in the chat, no. Of course not. Okay, maybe if we come back in this, if we come back in the smile frame, we can choose the most, I think maybe the 21 there. No, the 11, please. The 11.
Oh, select.
Yeah, you should. So we choose the 11. That it's a little bit, the edge is a little bit down. Correct?
So
yeah. So then we can bring everybody together with the 11. See? So this is what I was thinking about. Okay, it's going to increase a little bit. Yes. Because the edge of one teeth, it has to be the other one. It has to be equal of the other one. So it's going to increase the 21 too. There is one question. If you want to decrease gum display, would you place gingival line higher.
So here, I'm gonna show you guys how you can do it.
Yeah.
We are like going a little bit ahead of what the protocol is, but let me just show you. Let me go back to the smile donators and etc. So what I like to do here, I like to kind of like turn off the frame so I can have like a better vision for now. And then as you can see here, we brought those centrals up. However, now we see that in order to make it or keep it the same length, we would have to do some gingivoplasty over there. However, let's say that you don't want to do that. The patient does not want to do that. What do? You would make it then the size of that teeth a little smaller.
Perfect.
And then you can use the advanced button, and then you can just place it exactly at the patient's existing gingival margin.
Yeah.
Right.
In this case, in this case, Diogo, she was very unhappy with the gummy smile. So we were trying to get a lot of crown lengthening, the maximum that we could, because she doesn't like the gummy smile. She didn't like her gummy smile. So we were thinking about how much we can go up. So it's not in this time that we are going to calculate how much we are going to go up. We need to go up 1, 2, 3 millimeters. That's it. So we need now, after the smile design, we need a CBT tomography. CBCT scan. Yeah, CBCT scan. Because then we have to get all the information to do the crown lengthening. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. Okay. So then in this smile frame, we can choose the ratio of the central incisors. You can show them a little bit. Yeah. It's not showing the smile frame.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So you can choose to go wider or go up if you increase the incisor. So then it's a game. So you're gonna go up a little bit and then you decrease the ratio.
And then as you guys can see, we are using here what? The length of the central incisor and the width length radius of the central incisor. Notice that in the previous screen, we used the measurement of the centrals. Now we are getting the height and proportion of the centrals. Why are we doing that? We're doing that because we are following the red proportion concept. Based on the red proportion concept, what does it say? Just like to summarize. When you're looking at the patient in the frontal view, you have you see the centrals in 100%. You see it 100% of those centrals. However, you see only 70% of those laterals, 50% of those canines. Those are a concept, just like golden proportions are a concept. But as we know that people are not 100% symmetric, those concepts might not work with every single patient. So you can always turn the symmetric curve off if you need to. And then you can set the proportions to the right side and to the left side. So for example, here, for this case, it was 73 on her patient's right side and 72% on the patient's left side, which is just like a little bit of differentiation, but it's those little details that make the patient smile more harmonic with her face.
Perfect. So then I can choose to move the position and everything. So it's just easy to do it. So then I have to, for sure, choose the shape. And then we have the shapes from Jan Hartel's Shapes. That it's a book that it's fantastic. It's a German guy that digitalized this these libraries. It's a natural restorations library.
Mhm.
And we can choose some smile donators shapes. So we get some,
sorry.
no, you can click in Kyle. So we got some very good looking guys. Christian, for instance, not so good, but okay. Ricardo, nobody's used Christian, but the most beautiful smile donator in this DSDApp is here. It's mine. So if you wanna have a very good smile for your patients with big incisors, look at the camera here, big incisors, so you can use my smile donator. So yeah, this is like a menu, so you can discuss with the patient. Oh, I wanna my smile a little bit flat. I wanna with incisors more proeminence. How to say that? But bigger than the laterals, so you can show and discuss with the patient right away in 15 seconds. Okay, do you like this? How does it looks like this beautiful smile? Oh, this looks nice. Okay, let's try and test in your smile those shapes. Okay, you can mix the shapes if you wanted to. You can mix some shapes. So if I want to take the incisor of Raphael and then the laterals of Christian, and then so you can mix those shapes. This is fantastic too. And then I can adjust shapes one by one. So if you click adjust shapes, then you can adjust one by one. It's so easy that you can do it. So how do you do that? You just click in one. You can look that it's going to be a yellow. When it gets yellow, you can move right and left position. It's position right and left. You can turn off if you want to. You can turn on. Then you can work with both or just with one. It's so easy. You can reflect. You can go back. You can just put some color just to check if you are going to the right.
Here's when we can customize that smile for that patient. We try to make the centrals as symmetrical as possible, as that's basically the entrance, like that's from where everybody sees your smile when you first smile. So we try to make it as symmetrical as possible, those centrals. But then as it goes to the posterior teeth, we try to make it harmonic with the patient's smile and anatomy. That's why we have the adjust shape, so you can make your own adjustments.
Perfect. So then we go on. Then this is a very easy step that in a keynote it was a nightmare to get the lips out and then place the lips over the smile design. So this is just to tell the app where are the lips. So the bottom of the lip, the upper part, it doesn't matter for us, but the bottom is very important that you have to do it like perfectly. So then we can choose the colors. So we got 10 colors. I think Ralph is gonna work. It's working out for more colors already, but I don't know when it's going to be ready. Then we can adjust the colors. It's like a Photoshop, but it's so easy because the brightness, the saturation, the contrast, the time, the tint, the blur. The blur is one of my favorites. Okay, it's always I was the blur, always from the back to the front. One little more from the back, and a little bit the blur from the front of teeth. Okay, and then we can go on. Then we can, if you need for a prosthetic fixed restorations, you can do a gums layer. So you can turn on a gum layer or no. So it's up to you, and you can move this layer for for bottom to the top.
Yeah, let me give
Okay.
like an example.
Yeah.
So let's say if you guys, if this patient, for example, she had a matte ceramic crown on her canine, for example, and then she had that black line, you know, from an old crown, and you want to show her how an Emax would look like, and you know, after you do your prayer procedures and create that Emax over there, then she would lose that black line, and then you can simulate by using this gum here as well. So that would be covering that existing black spot, and then it would be another way to show this patient how the new smile would look like. And usually those points, like those black marks, are very like concerning to the patient. So you can also simulate that, of course, if you have this specialty for that.
Perfect. So then we can choose to use the gum layer or not, and then this would be the most incredible tool for me that we call stamp tool. In Portuguese, it's carimbo. So you choose where you want to stamp, you copy, look at the circle, you can choose the area that you want to copy. Why we use this, Diogo? Because sometimes we want to take a little bit of the incisal of, for instance, a canine, and then my smile design, it's a little bit higher than the incisal line of the canine. So how can I show the patient the real thing that I'm going to place or ortho, or I'm going to take a bore, and then I'm going to take this incisor of this canine out. So I have to show them this. So I think Diogo is going to show to you right now how to do it. So
we have this premolars, like these areas are a little bit, they're showing up a little bit. So in order to make it more pleasant to the patient as well, so the patient can understand how it looks, you will get this stamp tool, and then you will use copy. So you will select some like dark spot, for example, like somewhere around here, and then you tap paste, and then you will be tapping over that area that you don't want to be shown anymore. In this case, since the case is already done, the stamp tool is already done as well, but that's how it was before, as you guys can see with adjust colors. Yeah. We had the teeth here showing up beneath the new design that we created. And then with the stamp tool, when you do copy paste, when you do the paste, you would paste over that area where you don't want to be shown. So after you do that, then you go ahead and finalize.
Then you're done. Yeah, then you can do, this is the magical. Everybody that takes the course wants to do an Instagram with this, before and after. Yeah. I always allow the patient to do by herself, you know. So they love to do. Oh my God, this is how it's going to be. Oh my God. Okay, I want to start.
Yeah, so, that's correct.
Yeah. So this patient was amazing because I did the smile design with her in 5 minutes, and then she got very confident, and then she told me, okay, how can I see this in my mouth? And I said, oh wait, we have to wax in 3D because this is 2D. So we are gonna wax this in 3D, and then we can place a mock-up. So that's the other steps that I'm going to show to you right now.
So then here, guys, so you guys can see, like after when you place the STL with the pictures of the patient, you can also place some measurements over that design, which will really, really help your dental technician when it comes to designing the 3D project if you're not going to do it with the app. So once you give all this information to the app, to the dental technician, or to the DSD planning center, for example, you will be giving a gold information to them, because you are the one who is the owner of the project. And Rafael, that happens a lot in the whole world. A lot of times we create a project, we send it to the lab, and then the lab simply look like, no, like I own the project, right? Like they seem that they think that they know everything, and then we feel like, wow, I actually don't know anything, because it sounds like I'm wrong, but it's actually because we are not giving the right information to the dental technician. Once we give that information to the dental technician, then they will understand that you are the owner of that project, and they will collaborate with the project that you own. So by giving all these informations, I'll show you guys here how you can add the measurement. So again, we designed our SMILE simulation. It was facially driven. We have the upper STL on this photo in the right position, so we know that those measurements will be accurate to the process of the design of the final that we want. So here, for example, I go ahead and tap under measurement, and you will see that we have these targets. You will place these targets. For example, I'm placing these targets here just to give you guys an example. And you tap log values. So you know how many millimeters you're increasing on that from the existing incisal edge of the lateral to the new position, for example. And you can make any measurement that you want. Then another thing that you can do to also continue with the communication is by creating your own drawings. So here, for example, I can just like zoom in, zoom out, and I can select one of these colors. I can, just go like that, and then just like write something here. My writing is horrible, but you can write something there, just to keep going with your information. And then you can add also notes. So for example, I'm gonna go here for this lateral. We're gonna do like porcelain veneers, and then shade, shade, and then do this, do this, do that. You can go and do tooth by tooth if you want. So, then givoplasty, uvectomy, and then you can just like keep adding all of your notes in it. And once you are done, you can share the files with your dental technician or with DSD Planning Center by email. So they will get all of these slides, all of these screenshots in a package, and they will receive in their email as well. So it's an amazing tool for you guys to start your backward treatment plan. So now let's go back into the case report so we can continue with the project. As Rafael said, we completed our treatment plan. Now we need to make it into reality, and that's how we are going to continue. You're mute.
This is nice, the webinar like this. Do you know why? Because sometimes I always watch some DSD webinars, and then I think the dentist is thinking about, okay, this tool, okay, I'm doing that just to show the patient, and the patient are happy, and then I can show him a beautiful smile design. And then, so people that are not taking the course yet, they really don't know, okay, and then what happened? How can I go on with this? This information are very important for me in the future. Of course, I'm going to show this right now. And then you're going to see that this is, for instance, the most important thing to do it, to plan in the app. I go into full screen. I think it's better, no? Like
that's
this?
That's correct.
Okay. So then we have 2 or 3 maybe possibilities. Okay. If I have the DSDApp I can wax directly into the DSDApp resources. So it's not the webinar from today, but maybe there's a lot of webinars of the 3D in the app, so you can check, and then Diogo can send you advertisements to other webinars with the 3D. Okay, so I can do it directly in the DSDApp. I can wax 3D and export a STL file. I can do it by the planning center. Can be the DSD planning center in Madrid or whatever you guys want. Or if you have a lab that they have an Excel card, and they can do directly at the Excel. Okay, so we can 3 possibilities. I love to work with the DSD planning center. So this case, I sent all the information to the DSD planning center, and the DSD planning center did the wax for me. They didn't decide where's the incisor position, how many gum level it's going to be. I decide everything. I have decided that. Okay. There is one question. Somebody is asking the chat. No, you can stop if somebody asks something.
Yeah, let me just check here. I think LV says there's only audio. I can see your screen. So
yeah.
LV, can you please check your screen maybe? Guys, can you just like just write down? Can you guys see the screen? Because I can see the screen. Can you guys just write in the chat? Yes, everybody. Okay. All right. So Dr. LV, please just take a look at your own device, maybe. Right.
Only audio.
So go ahead.
Oh good.
Yeah.
Oh good. Oh good. Yeah.
No, but go ahead. All good.
Oh good. Perfect. So then, let me go for the full screen. Okay. So then we place the mockup. We send to the planning center. Planning center wax 3D for me. I printed out the model, and then I did a mockup to the patient. So this.
And it looks just like the design that you created in the app.
Exactly. So then when I was with the ortho partner, Dr. Alvaro Artes was with me at the consultation, and she looked at it, both pictures. I just showed her 3 pictures, and then she looked at ortho dentist and said, okay, let's start Invisalign. Because she was worried about the prices and everything, but she loved it, the new smile. So then she starts the Invisalign. So we send to Invisalign where it's going to be our veneers after the ortho treatment and after the crown lightening. So this is amazing because I decide everything at the beginning of the case. So I'm not doing steps and then, okay, let's check if it's good. Okay, crown lightening. Okay, let's see if it's good. Okay, let's go into the veneers. Okay, let's do Botox. So we analyze everything and we have all the data to make the best decision to the best treatment plan for her. So this is the amazing part. So she uses the aligners for 6 months or 8 months, okay? And Diogo, look, we redo the mockup after the Invisalign. Look that the lips are going higher than was before. Do you know why?
Why?
Because at that time she didn't like the smile at all. So she was always asking for Botox. And at this time,
okay, yeah, tell me.
So at this time, she wasn't with the Botox. That was 6 months later than the initial picture. So the Botox was getting out. So then when we placed the mockup after the Invisalign treatment, that was like 8 months, then we could see that one side goes up a little bit higher than the other one.
Okay.
So then I told her, okay, you want to do it, you want to get less gummy smile, we need to go for the recontour of the gum levels. So we got the CBCT scan. So we analyze as we call peri-analysis. So we got the CBTC scan, we got the STL, the new STL file, the old STL, so we can measure tooth by tooth how many gum that I have to take out and how many bone I have to take out of each teeth. I can do it with the DSD Perio Double Guide, and it's an amazing tool. So we can print it out, and then it gets easier for the perio to do the plastia, the recontour of the bone and the gums. So very quick, I'm gonna show to you the surgery, Dr. Tatiana, that worked with us in this case. So she marked where it's going to be the gum to take it out. Exactly what the patient just saw at the DSDApp, just saw at the mockup, just saw after the ortho aligner. Mm-hmm. So this is that we call previsibility. Mm-hmm. Working with the previsibility. We know what we're gonna get at the end. This is the amazing part. So after the crown lengthening, 90 days of waiting to heal, and then we think about it. Okay, how can we show her the same smile design that she saw 1 year before? And she asked me, okay, Dr. Rafael, I wanted to have the same mockup as we had in 1 year ago that you showed me. I love that. I wanted these shapes. And I said, okay, how can I do that? Oh my God. And now it gets easy because I have the STL pre-ortho, the beginning, okay? Motivational, pre-ortho, STL. So I create a STL ideal post-ortho. And I ask to the planning center, please, just merge both together. It's amazing. So now she's gonna have exactly the same shapes that I showed to her 1 year before at the beginning of my treatment plan. So I showed her after the crown lengthening, and then we start prepping. Now the teeth are at the correct position, so I can do a mock-up, a new mock-up, and I can prep over the mock-up like the Lip Goodell's technique, or I can draw a guide and I can print it out, those guides. So I can do both ways, okay? I prep them, I scan them, okay? I scan them. So this case was a case that was 100% workflow, digital workflow. So we had no impressions of it. And then we create the resin model. And then now it gets easier for the lab. So the lab now is going to do a easiest way of doing dentistry today. It's the copy-paste dentistry. It's Control-V, Control-C dentistry because we got the shapes, we got the preps, so it's just merging those FTL together, and then it solved the problem. See how it's easy to do digital dentistry. Then we got the veneers, we prep the veneers, we glue the veneers or cement the veneers, and we got these results. And the patient was not so happy yet because she thinks that we need to regularize the levels of the lips too. So Dr. Alvaro did again Botox for her. And then she got very, very happy with the results and the maintenance of the gummy smile not so high. So this is a possibility. Could be done in another way. Of course, we have almost 100 people here. Maybe you can see, oh, you could do better this or that, but this is normal, okay? But for us, that was one of the best results that we could reach with her, and then with the previsibility. So we knew since we start the case, we knew how it's going to end up. So this is how to get advantage of the DSDApp, all the workflow technology, and all the digital thinking. I think for a lot of dentists, this is a little bit of hard to get out of the analog style, but we have to change our mindset. The road is digital right now. So if you are thinking to get out of dentistry in the next 5 years, I would say to you, don't go into the digital world. But if you are a dentist that have more than 10 years to go, man, you must go into the digital, because this is the new world, but this is the present world. The patients are looking for this. So I want to first of all say thank you, Diogo, for the invitation. I want to leave my contacts here. If you want to print this screen, please follow me at the Instagram. It's Rafa Pokes, Digital Smile Design. You got my personal WhatsApp here. Who wants the paper? Because we published this article in the literature, in the Journal of Cosmetic Dentistry. So who wants this paper? Please send me a WhatsApp. So the Brazilian code is 55. So it's 5551, and this is the WhatsApp. If you got any questions, please let me know. Diogo, thank you very much for the opportunity. I think this is how the digital road grow with the dentist, with these webinars, with education. I'm very fan of education. So I know the DSDApp website is fantastic. There's a lot of content that you can go into and that you can learn into the website. So follow the DSDApp too, because in the Instagram, there is a lot of information too. And take a look of all webinars that you can into this quarantine period that I think it's hard for everybody. Everybody is working less, but I think if you look at the good point, we are studying a lot more than we were in the past, because now we got time. Sometimes we don't have time to study a lot, but now in the quarantine, we are able to study more.
And thank you very much, Rafael, for sharing your knowledge with all of us. So guys, if you want to know more about Dr. Rafael's workflow, if you are in Brazil, there is a course in Brazil where you can take it. It's in the south of Brazil. It's an in-person course, amazing course. You guys should definitely take it. Rafael is one of the doctors that we trust, and we know that he carries the name of DSD with all his heart. So thank you, Rafael, again for that. Yeah. If you guys are interested in learning, if you're not from Brazil, or if you cannot travel to Brazil right now, we also offer our online Smile Designer certification course. So if you guys want to learn how you can use the DSD app in your daily workflow, it is the chance for you now to learn, because now is the time to be different, to differentiate yourself into the market. Right now, we are in this slow pace. We are getting to back into our feet. The whole world is doing that. So if you want to know more about it, just send your email. We will contact you, and we will make sure that you deliver the best smile simulations to your patients. And as Dr. Rafael was saying, once you show the patient that first smile simulation, the motivational smile simulation, you open up a conversation with the patient, you connect with the patient emotionally, you make the patient become one of the designer of their own project, and you win that patient for life. So this is what you want to be. That's because dentistry is amazing. It's beautiful. It brings people back their confidence. And thank you again, Dr. Rafael, for doing that.
There's some questions on the question and answers. You think we got time to answer real quick?
Yes, we do. Let's go. I think you have a question from Dr. Margaret. So she was like, was Invisalign used to intrude teeth to reduce gummy smile?
Yeah, if you are an orthodontist, I'm not an orthodontist. I'm married with an orthodontist. I sleep with an orthodontist. I'm Invisalign provider. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Definitely. In your treatment plan, you can intrude, you can extrude. Of course, there are movements that are harder than the other ones, but you can do it. There's another question. How did you download these STL files into the app just from iTero? Yeah, now iTero has a very close communication with the DSDApp. So Brandon, can you please, if you took a note of my WhatsApp, I can send you a PDF file that can show you right away how to do it. So if you got the iTero, it's so easy to do it. Okay.
And it's a great opportunity for you guys if you do have an intraoral scan in your practice, or if you're even like getting it from a lab, for example, you send your patient to do the scanning. You can insert any scan into your iPad, the DSDApp, as long as it is a STL file or an OBJ file. So if you have one of those, you do not have an iTero, you can still send it, just send it through your Dropbox, Google Drive, or iCloud. But if you do have an iTero, then you can do a direct connection.
This is one question of Luis Miguita. It's a Brazilian guy that took course with me a long time ago. And he was asking exactly what you answered right now. Just with the iTero or all the STL files? The STL files goes to Dropbox. So you export from TreeShape, CareStream, or whatever intraoral scanner that you have, put in the Dropbox, and then you place from the Dropbox through the DSDApp.
That's correct. So then just back to summarize, the 5 steps, the 5 methodology steps of the DSD and DSDApp is by understanding the backward treatment plan. So when you start to create a backward treatment plan mindset, and when your entire staff is also in the same mindset, you win the patient. So we always start by digitalizing your patient. You will get that patient in your DSDApp, so you can create your treatment plan anywhere you want. You create that smile simulation, motivational smile simulation, advanced smile simulation, which is the one to create the treatment plan. You show that case presentation to the patient. You create a nice environment to show the patient, to create emotional connection. That's why we always recommend you guys to also do the mock-up on the patient. But even if you cannot do the mock-up on the patient, show the patient with a case presentation by showing in a big screen with a nice music, nice lighting, so the patient feels special, feels that you are giving a beautiful upscaled service to that patient, to then start the treatment plan. Your patient deserves the best, you deserve the best, and we are here to make sure that you can deliver this smile to your patients. So let's change lives together. This is one of our slogans. This is what we are here for. So if you guys have any further question, please do not hesitate to contact us at support@digitalsmydesign.app. You can always give us a call as well. The call is available in 5 different languages, so just look for your extension. Follow us on Instagram, on our Facebook, in our YouTube channel. Share the YouTube channel with your staff because we have a lot of content for them as well, so they can also learn. So thank you, Rafael, once again for showing this beautiful case with us. Thank you all for staying with us for over an hour, almost like an hour and a half. Thank you guys very much. You guys were amazing. And next week, we are going to start our digital meetups once again. So do not forget to sign up. We will go over every single step of the DSDApp, going with the content, special contents, and special guests for you guys. So thank you, Rafael, once again.